Okay, here is Monaco, MCO. Looks like it's getting some activity here on the price side. These are the original labels that I had from the most recent update that I made on Monaco. I think it was about a month ago. Anyways, it did a beautiful impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In fact, I'll bring the one down here. Come on. Oh, this is okay. Okay, better. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These white waves become the subwaves for the blue wave 1 of a higher degree trend. Then we have an ABC correction. For those of you who are new to my blog, welcome and thank you for joining. I appreciate your time and your consideration to read my blogs or watch my blogs, the video blogs. And my hope is that it will help augment your due diligence as well. I use Elliott wave analysis as well as chart pattern recognition, which I'm hoping I can take you through it in this analysis for Monaco too. So Elliott waves flow in 5 waves, as I just counted here. And after 5 waves of price move, there's a requisite ABC retracement. And that ABC retracement, after it finishes, starts another 5-wave move. So it goes 5, 3, 5, 3. A full set of a motive and correction would have 8 waves total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are rules between how you label these waves. For instance, wave 1 is here, wave 2. The rule between 1 and 2 is that the bottom of wave 2 cannot be equal to the start of wave 1. So in this case, pass. For wave 3, it cannot be the shortest between 1, 3, and 5. In this case, clearly it's the longest. And quite often it is the longest in equities. However, you will find that more often than not, a lot more frequently than in commodities, cryptos have an extended 5th wave. But in this case, it doesn't. In this case, wave 3 is extended, which makes wave 1 and 5 about equal, approximately equal. In height, in price, not in the length of time it takes, in price height. So after 5 waves, we get an ABC retracement. Here is a 3-wave retracement. I won't get into the exact details right now, but there are different types of retracements. One is called a zigzag, the other one is called a flat, and the third type is called a triangle, which we have been seeing a lot of triangles in the retracement pattern. And there's a 4th type called maybe the combination types. So what is the best time to make an entry for a buy entry? So it's really at the end of wave 2 and at the end of wave 4. So better is end of wave 2 because you're going to get this huge long extension. So if you're looking at an impulse wave, within an impulse wave, best time to enter is wave 2 and wave 4. Why is that? Because wave 2 and 4 are the ones that will have ABC retracements. If you look at these 5 white waves are subwaves of 1. Wave 1, if you delve into it to maybe the 15-minute time frame or hourly time frame, will have 5 subwaves of its own. And if wave 1 has 5 subwaves, after 5 subwaves, there is a requisite retracement, as you see here. Wave 3 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These blue waves are subwaves of wave 3. And therefore, if there was 5 waves here, wave 4 must have an ABC retracement. So it is the best time to enter is at the terminal end of a C wave. If we look at it at a higher degree, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, here's ABC. Best time to ladder in your entry is at the terminal end of a wave C. Why? Because there will be a trend reversal. Okay? Now, I'm going to get rid of these labels for now to clean it up. And now so now let's look at some patterns. Do you see maybe some patterns going on here? I don't know. Usually the best way to look at the pattern is go left to right, right to left, up and down, down, up, corner to corner. Kind of visualize a pattern. By the way, for the new followers and readers, the 2 books that I highly recommend will be the Elliott Wave Principle. Strongly, strongly recommend you read this book. I am more than happy to answer questions, provide updates. But I think if you want to use me as the go-to person for figuring out every wiggle of a price, no, that's not it. That's not why I'm making my blog. I want to see if I can teach you guys how to fish on your own. I'm not your personal analyst. That's useless, because then you don't have mastery of your own projections. You need to be able to make your own counts and projections with confidence. To do that, you need to invest in this book, Elliott Wave Principle, which will teach you how to count, the rules and basics. Then for chart pattern recognition, you need to get this book. This will show you about every pattern out there, from diamonds to flags to islands to triangles, head and shoulders, etc. Okay, so please invest in these 2 books. I get nothing for recommending these. I don't get any kickbacks. That's not what I'm interested in here. So, going back to Monaco, let's draw some lines. If I draw a line across the top of the peaks here, like this, and then I draw a line across the bottoms of the peaks, until they meet. Okay, until they intersect. This, where at the point they intersect, is called the apex. The horizontal and the rising line of the triangles produce a right triangle. This is called an ascending right triangle. I already have it typed out because I just did a post on an ascending right triangle for the bit shares. And to get the minimum price trajectory for this, I draw a line that's parallel to the rising line of the triangle. And I go to the apex and draw a vertical line until it meets the parallel line. And no, this is not voodoo science. If you get that book and read it, it'll give you the full explanation as to how all of this is related to supply and demand and sentiment. So the minimum price trajectory is 38.70, 38.74. Now, bear in mind this is a logarithmic chart. Okay? It's a logarithmic chart. So you need to understand that from a time frame perspective, a logarithmic chart normalizes the price moves more than the linear chart. Okay? Make it 39.14. So I think this is quite exciting, very interesting, very bullish. He tried to get out. He might try to escape like this. The closer it gets to the apex, the more agitated and pent up the energy becomes. That's why you see these surges. Remember the syndrome that Bitcoin and cryptos have, and that's called the hurry up and wait. And this has been, now this could morph into something else. This could morph into maybe like a rounding bottom pattern. It can morph into a rounding bottom pattern, which then can maybe morph into a cup and handle. So this is the kind of forward discernment is what I call, that you can utilize and why Elliott waves can be so effective to be combined with chart pattern recognition. One often confirms the other. When one is confounding and a little confusing, the other can help resolve that. That's why, for me, combining Elliott waves and chart pattern recognition has worked so well. And this kind of forward discernment gives you options and the ability to assign probabilistic price pathway. And the whole process of counting and chart patterning is a discovery process for that. I hope this is helpful. I hope I have earned the right to ask you for your upvotes, your follows, and your re-steams. If you have any questions, please do let me know in the comments.